Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we would like to present about the topic or issue that we already discussed, which is about price ceiling of sugar. Before we go through more details about this issue, I would like to introduce about what is price ceiling. Based on the economic times, price ceiling can be defined as a situation when the price charged is more than or less than the equilibrium price determined by market force of demand and supply. It has been found that higher price selling are ineffective. So, based on the article we have read from bernama.com titled Trader Nabbed for Selling Sugar Above Ceiling Price on 4th May 2020 on Monday, it said that there is a sundry shopkeeper in Sri Iskandar near her was caught selling coarse sugar at RM2.90 a kilogram, which is above the selling price during Conditional Movement Control Order (CMCO). It increased in price of sugar about 5 cents from the maximum price that already set by the government for retail cost sugar, which is only RM2.85 a kilogram. As the price goes up, it will affect the demand and supply. Law of demand say that the higher the price, the lower the quantity demand, and vice versa. This law holds true because as the price and good increase, the real income with the consumer decline in order to avoid foregone consumption of other important goods. The consumer decide to consume lesser quantity of the good. In this case, when the price of sugar goes up relative to income, people will not afford all the things and they will buy less than the previous, both thus the quantity demanded of sugar decreases. People will only buy certain amount of sugar to maintain their budget. Therefore, when the price of sugar increase, there will a movement up along the demand curve.
Then the retailer will be charged compound offer at RM5,000 suspected breaching of the Regulation 3 of the Price Control and Anti-Profiteering Regulation, which is an offence under the Price Control and Anti-Profiteering Act 2011. But the retailer failed to pay that compound, so the team of 5 officers from the Marching Branch Office, Head of the Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs, also confiscated 292 kilograms of sugar worth RM832 from the shop.
I want to explain the advantage of price ceiling. Firstly, they will lead to lower prices for consumers because the good is essential for their living. In this case, without a maximum price, some consumers in Malaysia may be unable to afford the sugar. By reducing the price, the government can help to reduce relative poverty. Second point, if the firm have monopoly power, they can charge higher prices to consumers. For example, they can charge higher than the marginal cost of production and higher than in a competitive market. A maximum price can be a way of reducing monopoly prices and also increase the allocative efficiency. A monopoly sets the price of a PM and makes supernormal profit. A maximum price will reduce the market price close to the equilibrium in a free market. But in Malaysia, there is no sugar monopoly. It has been stated by MSM Malaysia Halim Sdn Bhd and Central Sugar Refinery Sdn Bhd. The two sole sugar refiners said, as sugar is gazetted under the Price Control and Anti-Profiteering Act 2011, sugar price in Malaysia is amongst the cheapest in the world. Currently, the ceiling price for coarse grain sugar is set at RM2.90 per kilogram, and fine granulated sugar is set at RM3.05 per kilogram. The third advantage of price ceiling is the supply for sugar is inelastic because the quantity of sugar supplied is constant, and this gives the advantage for the consumer. Last but not least, another advantage is that during inflation, when product prices are high, consumers are still able to afford the sugar because price fluctuation are controlled by the government.
However, there are few disadvantages besides the advantage of price ceilings. Following that, price ceilings cannot be implemented without the government compensating sufficiently that the marginal cost that suppliers need to bear to produce more food to meet the additional demand by the market. Although being compensated, the suppliers are left with minimum margin to play, and they might be still facing incurring losses. In addition, the price ceiling is a market intervention and it is against the principle of free market. One of the sacred principles of free market is to allow natural supply and demand forces to dictate the equilibrium price that is market price. But by imposing a price ceiling, the market cannot control itself and the supply and demand sides will continuously distorted. One of the favorite arguments by the supporters free market is the price ceiling imposed by government will create an illegal secondary or black market. What is black market? Black market is the irresponsible individuals or groups will try to make illegal profits through arbitrage by buying the subsidized food in the primary market, smuggling them to neighboring countries and selling them at a higher price in the black market. Black market will continue to exist as long as there is an opportunity to do arbitrage, since the controlling national borders is not a simple matter. In a situation where the market is monopolized by very few suppliers and not regulated by the government, the food price are prone to manipulation by the suppliers. The sugar supply in a Malaysian market has been monopolized by only two suppliers, namely Malayan Sugar Manufacturing and Central Sugar Manufacturing. And without a sugar price ceiling, the consumers will be exposed to price fixing and manipulation by these two suppliers. Hence, by introducing price ceiling, the possibility of food price manipulation by the monopoly suppliers is completely removed from the equation.
Okay, for the conclusion, food price ceiling and food coupons are a few subsidy mechanisms that can be implemented by the government to help the poor and needy. Price ceiling particularly have been proven to shield the people from the global food price inflation, as in the case of Malaysia. However, majority of the economists and free market supporters are against the concept of the price ceiling because it defaults the market force fundamental and it does not allow the market to correct by itself. The cost of running and sustaining the price ceiling subsidy is high and produce much wastage because the system subsidize everyone, including the rich and affluent. Price ceiling also encourage an illegal smuggling and sales of the subsidized food in the black market. In order to solve this issue, food coupon system can be introduced to reach only the target group without having to spend more public funds to subsidize the non-eligible groups. Food coupon system, however, is not without its problem. The system is rather complicated to implement, especially in highly populous countries. However, if easy, carefully managed and monitored, we believe that food coupon system is a better way to assist the impoverished group in mitigating the impact of the price inflation.